That might work pretty well. Alright, what is up, everybody? Man, you really see the dent in my nose nowadays. That sucks. Anyways, alright. 303. I told y'all like a week ago that press conference got canceled, that the whole card was going to be canceled. Or not the whole card, that McGregor and Chandler would be canceled. Looks like today they finally fully announced that. They waited on announcing that to have a fight to replace it with. They spent a couple of days being optimistic, but dude, I don't know exactly, but like his shin is fucked. They're talking about scheduling this in 2 months, or like some of the dirt sheets are talking about scheduling this in 2 months. I don't know. You might not see Conor this year. They're really hiding the details on that injury, but what was that fight a while back where the ref stopped it? People went ham on me in the comments too because I was saying good stoppage, but it's like the guy's fucking shin burst open and there was a hole in it. Something like that, I believe, is what happened with Conor. And I'm never giving away my sources either. Man, I said this was canceled a week ago. I'm just saying. All right. But into what I want to talk about today, I kind of just wanted to make a video. I got some time on my break. And one of my buddies asked me this about a week or two ago. He knows a little bit about fighting, but he doesn't like keep up with it as much as I do or anything. But he asked, who's better, Jon Jones or Alex Pereira? And I gave him a simple reply, and I said, if they never fight, Jon Jones is. And that's a great answer. That's a great answer. I've been thinking about that question and wanting to make a video on that for a while, and now I feel like it's more appropriate now that Alex is booked to fight Jiri as the replacement in 303. So if we compare Alex and Jon, the amount of the length of time Jon has been at the top of MMA is arguably unparalleled. Now, there have been some major time gaps in there, which you have someone that's a huge Anderson Silva fan like me. I think that plays a part in it, in activity. However, even with those time gaps, we also have to factor in how much the sport evolves and how much the sport today compared to 3 years ago is so much different, and the athletes are so much better. And you can do that at any space and time. This sport is still in its infancy and it's still evolving drastically. You go 4 years and it's a completely different ball game. The people walking in on day one 4 years ago are nowhere near the same as people walking in day one today. It's just, it evolves, and what becomes the foundation of training evolves, and everything just gets better. So even though I may want to point out that there's major gaps in Jon's reign, those gaps can also be argued as proof to his legitimacy as a GOAT. You know what I mean? Because even with those gaps, he came back and still dominated. I want to say we used to say Jon was the youngest champ of all time. I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong about these age things. I'm wanting to say that was a thing. Other than Anderson Silva, I can't, and probably Brock Lesnar, no one has come in and moved up to the top as quickly as Alex Pereira. And you got to understand the times are different. Brock was coming in when they needed someone. Anderson was coming in, just the people behind the scenes knew what they were dealing with Anderson, so they threw him in with Lieben just to have an opening, and then they handed him the belt. Brock, I think he had one fight and they handed him the belt and then he lost. Was that right? Anyways, now to be fair, Alex did kind of get a little bit of a push, because the whole reason Alex got rushed to the top, but they made him have 3 fights, was because of Israel. Israel needed an opponent. Let's see if Alex can work his way up real quick, and it worked out perfect. However, for Alex to capitalize and then become the champion, and then the double champ, and then possibly even looking at a 3rd championship, is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unrivaled. There's no one close to doing what he's done in the amount of time that he's done it in. Now to get to the question, who's better? If you're looking at just just the accolades, Jon Jones is better. If they never fight, Jon Jones will be considered better. If they fight and Jon wins, Alex is just another name on the list of Jon Jones victims. If they fight and Alex wins, Alex's claim to fame, besides being a 3-weight champ, assuming he beats Jon at heavyweight, would be he's the guy who beat Jon Jones. You know what I mean? So to put one above the other is really, really hard. Well, it's not hard. You have to put Jon above him for sure right now. Now, to say what would happen if they fight, because I feel like Jon wants that fight over the Tom Aspinall fight. And man, people bitch at Jon so much, and the truth is Jon is extremely, extremely critical of himself and his career. So the way he dissects things and he takes things so personal, it's like, I can see why Jon would rather fight Alex. Jon's getting towards the end of his career, and if Jon wants to create great fights, it makes more sense to fight Alex than Tom. It is what it is. You got a possible 3-weight division champion, the guy that smoked Izzy when Jon had a rivalry with Izzy, but Izzy didn't win the 205 belt, so he couldn't move up anymore. If they fought, though, Alex has a chance. Alex can absolutely knock Jon out. Jon could even make the mistake, and dare I say mistake when we're talking about Jon, of trying to engage with Alex striking. And the thing that a lot of people don't give into consideration when striking with Alex, there's these guys that really understand range, like Alex and Sean Strickland are very, very similar strikers. The opponent feels like they're winning, and I feel like this happens a lot when I'm sparring with people, because I'm watching them a lot and I'm just feeling my range, or I'm seeing what they want to do. But when Alex isn't throwing a whole lot of strikes back, and he's sort of just standing there and batting yours away, you're throwing one, and you come in and throw a 3-piece combo, then a 6-piece combo, and after every combo, y'all are moving a little bit. All of a sudden, you're 2 minutes into the fight, and you've thrown 30 to 40 punches, and you've landed maybe 2 or 3, and he hasn't landed anything. You start feeling confident. Then it all shifts. The moment he decides to turn it on, everything changes. The moment he decides to press forward and throw that shot and force that shot, everything changes. That's where a lot of people get tricked into in with these strikers, is because they feel like they're the ones putting the pressure on, or they feel like they're doing good slipping, or they feel like they're doing good with the range. Then they're not. And it's a sudden change. I could easily see Jon wanting to prove himself and engaging in Alex striking and falling victim to that just as many others did. I could also see Jon coming out and just fucking hanging with Alex striking. Jon's ego's never got the best of him in that aspect. I figure Jon goes to grappling before it's all said and done. If Alex didn't knock him out early in 1 or 2, in the first or second round, I don't see Pereira beating Jon. Not with the cardio, not with the grappling, and Jon's size now, man. Jon is so much bigger than Alex. But boy, would that be a matchup. I like talking about these what ifs matchups. All right, I'm pushing 10 minutes. Recap on today. 303 is canceled, so we got Alex Pereira versus Jerry. It's the main event now. Recently, a friend asked me about John or Jerry's better, or John or Alex is better. Probably because John came out tweeting about Alex. That was a potential matchup they were working with, but John is definitely better on paper. Alex could possibly beat John if they were to have a matchup, but I figured John's wrestling would take it. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have anything you'd like me to make a video about, I'd love to hear it. And I still got that $10 prize hiding in my videos. Anyone finds that code word and lets me know, get $10, PayPal or Cash App. You know what it is.